Good day, my fellow Demon Slayer fans. I bring us to you the most exciting and important news. Okay, let me tell you. We're here with the Hashira Half Hour, and we wanted to talk about the release date for the Infinity Castle Part 1 of the 3 movies that'll come. The release date has been finally announced, which we are super excited for. So the release date in Japan is going to be July 18th. That is Friday, July 18th. So let's talk about a little bit what that means for us in the States, what that means for fans around the world, and kind of just our thoughts in general on timeline and where we want to go from here.
First of all, I'm just hanging out with Tengen here. He does not have to go to the Infinity Castle, so he seems to be a safe one to hang around.
He's retired.
He's retired. He's chilling. Yeah, this didn't surprise me. The only thing that surprised me was I wasn't sure they were gonna want to release it in the summertime there. I've heard that a lot of people don't love going to the movie theaters during the summer in Japan just because it's really hot and humid for them, and most of them don't have the saving grace of a car that we have here when we don't want to go outside because it's too hot. So I was kind of surprised, but at the same time not, because we've seen this like September 12th date for US and Canada. In my opinion, July 18th, about 2 months beforehand. That kind of makes sense. So it's coming up real soon. It'll be here before we know it. And can't wait to not go on Twitter for 2 months because the leaks are going to be everywhere.
You're better than me. When Mugen Train came out, we didn't wait. I'll just say that. We did not wait to watch it.
Oh.
We did not. And we may or may not have watched it all huddled around a single iPhone screen. How that's possible, I leave up to you, the viewers. But we may not have waited. We definitely still went and saw it when it was in the theater. We went and spent our hard-earned clams on seeing a great film. But we might not have waited.
That's so funny.
Wow.
Honestly, looking back at like other movie releases for me, yeah, I'm really excited about the date that they chose. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but there's something like nostalgic about going to the movie theater in the fall. There's like, it's a cool, crisp evening. You're walking up to the theater. It's like you're in the commercial itself. What's her name is there with you, telling you that you're going to have a great experience at the movie. I can't think of her name. She's a gay icon. Someone help me, please.
Nicole Kidman.
Yes, thank you. Nicole Kidman is whispering in your ear.
Long fingers.
Nicole finger hands.
Literally.
But yeah, I'm going to be super excited. I know I'm going to be seeing it with friends. I'm going to be able to enjoy it with, a group of people. American theaters will probably be a little bit more rowdy than the Japanese ones, I'm sure, as we are just a louder culture in general. But I'm still so excited. If it's going to be anything like interactive movies I've seen before, or like the Taylor Swift concert, people will be on their feet. So I am very excited to get the chance to experience this, especially at this time in life. Like, there's so much going on in the world, but we have something so great to look forward to. So I'm really excited for this.
I was excited to see that it looks like, it, at least for the Japan release, I hope that this would carry over domestically to the United States, but it said that it was going to be shown in IMAX, which means it's formatted for IMAX, and that's really exciting because I want to see it as big as possible.
Yes. I want to feel like I'm inside the Infinity Castle.
Exactly. I need like the moving chairs from like flying over California ride. That's what I need.
Okay, wait.
But it's flying through the Infinity Castle.
Yes.
Can I tell you all a story about the moving chairs at the theater?
I really want to hear it.
So one time, so my dad used to work as a security guard at movie theaters, so I saw a bunch of movies for free. So like when I was a kid, I got to see a lot of good cinema. But one time I was like, Dad, I really want to watch this movie in the moving chair because it would like vibrate, and I sat in it in like the theater lobby, and I said, this is gonna be crazy, right? And so they're like, well, we're gonna have to make you pay for that because like this is a premiere seat. And he was like, fine, I'll pay for it. was like $20 for me to see this movie at that time. But I go in, I sit down, and I was so confused. The entire movie, I was like, this sucks. Like, it's not even working. My ass was in the wrong seat the entire movie.
Aww.
Aww.
No.
Oh, you spent all that extra money and then you got in the wrong one.
And I felt it very faintly, and I was like, what's wrong? Like, why is it not working? And then I moved seats, and I was like, oh.
I remember
is.
being so scared of like losing my little child backpack that I would carry whenever there was like an amusement park day or something. So I'm like, we're going so high up. And it just did not occur to me that it's lifting you like 3 feet off the ground, maybe.
Literally.
It's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, no, I'm going to lose it forever if I don't have it strapped to my chest.
It's going
Exactly what
into the abyss.
But yeah, so
Anyway, I would like to see that for the Demon Slayer movie.
Yes, IMAX. 10 out of 10. We will do that.
maybe this makes me sound uncultured, but I don't think I've ever seen a movie in IMAX.
What?
I'm sure you have.
What is IMAX?
It's just like a huge screen. It's like the film, the final file. When it was actually shot on film, it was a different kind of film. It was like literally larger, but most things are digital now, so it's just formatted differently. Tom could explain this better, but it's just larger, more details, crisp.
So fresh and simple.
I think it is. I think we will get IMAX because if I'm remembering correctly, the English promotional reels both said IMAX on it.
Yes, I saw IMAX somewhere along the line. So
IMAX movie this.
hi.
Sugoi.
Well, do you guys have any expectations or predictions that you're putting on this movie at this moment, or how do you guys feel about what's to come? Maybe if you haven't seen or read past where the Demon Slayer anime has ended, maybe this might be a time to skip. We might put a timestamp for spoilers, but any predictions as to where it might end or things like that?
I don't know. I guess it kind of depends on the route that they take with it. And there were definitely a lot of mixed opinions today on the internet. Do you guys think that they will do what they've kind of done with the last theatrical releases, where it's going to be like some of the last episode that we saw that was already aired combined with this? Because that would change where it ends.
I think the movie might end with like the last maybe 2 minutes of the episode as recap, where it just kind of shows them all flying through. But that like special world tour screenings were like specifically stated as that, so I don't think they haven't announced anything like that now. I don't think it's gonna happen, so it might like pick up a little bit earlier than where we left off, just to remind people what's going on. Anime loves to do that, but I don't think it's gonna like do a lot of recap.
Personally, I think they're not going to do that. They're going to give us 2 minutes, but also I'm predicting they're going to give us a prequel. They're going to give us something that we haven't seen before, because every time we have had some sort of theatrical release, or each season has added things that were not in the manga, right? So what I'm predicting is we're going to see potentially Nakime when she actually triggers the entry into the Infinity Castle. So I think that might be something that we end up seeing in theaters.
That could be really cool.
That'd be cool. I also think it's likely that they'll do what they did with Mugen Train, where like a year after this movie comes out, they'll release it in episodes, and maybe we'll get like an anime original first episode like we did with Rengoku, where it just does a whole episode of anime original content, whatever we need. But personally, if we're really talking about where I think how they're going to adapt this movie, it really depends, because there's still a big question mark as to exactly what they're doing here, because there's technically 2 arcs still to come. Infinity Castle is not the technical end of the show. It's the beginning of the final battle, because the 2 arcs are part of the same battle. But so it's like, are they going to squeeze both into 3 movies? If that's the case, then we're going to make it pretty far. And if we're time stamping this, so this should be a manga spoiler conversation right now, I would say that would be, I don't know, like near the end of Akaza versus Tanjiro and Giyu. something like that. But if they are keeping just Infinity Castle to this trilogy and Sunrise Countdown's going to get its own separate thing at the end, I think this might end like right when that battle starts. Like Akaza shows up, and I think we're going to have some mad cliffhangers. That's for sure.
Selfishly, I would love to get the Akaza fight in this first movie, so I don't have to keep waiting.
You and me both. But I can see them wanting to give that fight like its own moment because it's a really special fight. You know, it is the main character still, and Tanjiro kind of becomes more. The story less revolves around him during the Infinity Castle. You know, like there's whole volumes in the manga that he's not in. So, but he's still the main character. So I still think that they want to give that battle a little bit more time to shine, and I think Akaza's backstory, like if Ufotable is consistent in something, it is they take a lot of time on backstories, and they're going to with Akaza. Like that's going to take 30 minutes, I think, at least. So I almost feel like the second movie will be almost completely dedicated to that, and I would not complain because
It's true. Y'all about to find out.
yeah, I feel like we'll know a lot more once we see this movie and we know where it ends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think those are all really good thoughts. I think, there's a lot to look forward to with this. I think that, no matter what we get, I think we're all going to be really happy with what we end up seeing on screen. As far as my opinion goes, I really haven't been disappointed with what they've put out. I've always wanted more, but that's different, right? There's difference between disappointment and just wanting more. So I think they do a good job of balancing how much they're giving us versus the teaser of what's to come. So I'm really excited for it. I think that's a shared feeling amongst all three of us. And so do you guys have anything else before we wrap up this quick little snippet?
Yeah, I think everyone needs to be ready for just more stuff to come out. I think that it might be another month or so before we get more, but this is not the only trailer that we're gonna get. I think we will like actually get an official trailer probably in May or June, maybe two more, who knows. And I think that, right now we're still waiting on the official announcement of release dates for other countries, which means I still think there's the possibility that they might announce premieres by like May or June as well. We'll do like a world tour. It'll just be for the movie and not for the special like recap plus sneak peek like they did the last 2 years that we went and saw. So I think they're still like, this is only the beginning, like they're ready. They're just sitting on things, and the summer's going to be fun because I think we're going to just constantly have new and exciting like little announcements that they'll let us know a couple weeks in advance that they're going to make an announcement so we know it's coming, and then they'll announce it. But yeah, I mean, I think we were hoping for a little bit more for this announcement, but at the same time, all of their tweets beforehand were like, we are going to be announcing the domestic release date. And at the end of the day, they still did more than that. We're not going to talk about the announcement of the live reading being the day after we leave Japan because that's a sour subject for me right now, but
It's too soon.
it's too soon. But yeah, I'm looking forward. I do think we might get even a trailer at that event. So they've done trailers there before.
Much more to come. All very, very exciting.
All right. Well, with that being said, Cash Me Outside. How about that? And
What?
have you not?
No,
Do
I
you
know what
know?
that is. I'm just wondering where that came from. Like, how did your brain be like, I'm gonna do the Catch Me Outside girl?
Well, okay. So since you asked how my brain works, right? So there is a Pokemon card on my desk. It's Iron Hands. I don't know if you can kind of see him, right? Like smashing through the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So it's future Hariyama, but it's Iron Hands, and I was like about to say cash these hands, but I was like, that's not going to be as comedically funny. And then I was like, in that split second, I was like, cash me outside. How about that? So I said it.
See, I thought you were telling some of the people that like have absolutely nothing better to do than just like bitch on the internet to go touch grass. I thought it was a very roundabout way. That's including myself, by the way. I just wanted to go touch and mow some grass for sure.
We could all touch some grass.
With that little spiral out of the way, I do think we are going to hop off here, but thank you guys so much for listening for today. I really appreciate all of you guys who are following us so far, and hopefully more to join our little community. So thank you so much. With that being said, umai.
Bye.
Oh my!
Nice.
Thanks.